Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Today our topic is properties of nitric acid. Now we have discussed some of its chemical properties. Now we will continue these chemical properties. Next is action on metals. With the exception of noble metals like gold and palladium, all the metals are attacked by the nitric acid, producing different products depending upon the nature of the metals. First, the nascent hydrogen is produced, then nitric acid is reduced into a number of compounds like पहले नाइट्रिक एसिड reduce होता है, then it reacts with the metals, nascent oxygen is produced, then this nascent oxygen reduces the nitric acid and the compounds like NO2, NO, N2O, NH3 and NH4, NO3 are produced. Depending upon nature of metal, concentration of acid, and temperature. So, when the metals react with the nitric acid attacks these metals except the noble metal like gold and platinum, and we have different products formed. And these products formed depend upon the nature of the metal, whether the metals are more electropositive than hydrogen, whether they are less electropositive than hydrogen, or whether they are noble metals. So they depend upon the nature of the metal, concentration of the acid, nitric acid जो इन मेटलों के साथ रिएक्ट करता है, whether it is concentrated, whether it is dilute, इस पे भी वो डिपेंड है वो टेम्परेचर. Now action on metals which are reaction with metals which are more electropositive than hydrogen, e.g. zinc, lead, sodium, potassium, magnesium, calcium, aluminum, iron, tin, etc. These lie above the hydrogen in the electrochemical series. These are more electropositive, or in other words, these are more electropositive than hydrogen. So we will take the reactions with some of these metals like zinc and lead, and likewise the reaction of the other metals is the same. So reaction with zinc. with zinc. Number A, using concentrated HNO3. So first the zinc reacts with HNO3, it forms zinc nitrate and nascent hydrogen. First the nascent hydrogen is liberated, so we will balance it twice, hydrogen 2, hydrogen 2, NO3 twice. Now this nascent hydrogen reacts with the nitric acid. It forms NO2 is liberated plus H2O. Zinc and the nitric acid, which is concentrated, they react, they form zinc nitrate, and nascent hydrogen is liberated, and this nascent hydrogen then reduces this nitric acid and it forms NO2, nitrogen dioxide and water. So the different compounds formed are NO2, which is nitrogen dioxide, NO2 nitrogen dioxide, NO is nitric oxide, N2O is nitrous oxide, and ammonia, NH3 is ammonia, and NH4, NO3 is ammonium nitrate. These are the different products formed with concentrated and the dilute nitric acid. So here nitrogen dioxide is formed. Now the overall reaction is जितने नेसेंट ऑक्सीजन यहाँ निकलते हैं वो कंज्यूम होकर नाइट्रिक एसिड के साथ रिएक्ट करके नाइट्रोजन डाइऑक्साइड बनाते हैं. सो वी हैव द फर्स्ट रिएक्शन विच इज बैलेंस्ड. पहले तो दो रिएक्शन हॉट रिएक्शन बैलेंस करनी है, जिंक 1 ये रिएक्शन पहले तो बैलेंस्ड है. दूसरी रिएक्शन H2O प्लस NO2, दिस टू इज बैलेंस्ड. लेकिन पहली रिएक्शन में टू टाइप नेसेंट हाइड्रोजन, यहाँ पर ऑन द राइट हैंड साइड, यहाँ पर लेफ्ट हैंड साइड में नेसेंट हाइड्रोजन एक ही है, तो उसको 2 से मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे ताकि जितने नेसेंट ऑक्सीजन निकले वो रिएक्ट करके वो कैंसिल हो जाएंगे रिएक्शन में. सो द ओवरऑल नेसेंट हाइड्रोजन ट्वाइस और नेसेंट हाइड्रोजन कैंसिल हो जाएंगे. नाउ द ओवरऑल रिएक्शन इज जिंक प्लस दिस इज ट्वाइस HNO3, दिस इज ट्वाइस HNO3. Now 4 times HNO3 forms zinc nitrate, Guardian NO3, whole twice plus twice NO2 plus twice water, because we have to multiply this nitric acid, this hydrogen, this NO2 on the right hand side and on the right hand side, left hand side, right hand side and product side by the 2 twice NO2, twice NO2, twice water. So this is the overall reaction. Now again with the zinc using dilute nitric acid. By using dilute nitric acid here, instead of we get nitrous oxide is formed. So the first reaction is same, zinc plus HNO3 gives zinc nitrate plus hydrogen, we balance it twice. Now this nitric acid reacts with the nascent hydrogen. These are the nascent oxygen or the dilute nitric acid, and here N2O is formed. First the NO2 is formed, then N2O is formed, N2O plus water, we balance it twice. तो नाइट्रोजन 2 नाइट्रोजन, हाइड्रोजन 2, हाइड्रोजन 4, ऑक्सीजन 6, ये 1 है, ये 5 ले लीजिए, तो 5 oxygen, 6 hydrogen, 5 oxygen और 1 oxygen, 6 और 6 हाइड्रोजन, तो नाइट्रोजन हाइड्रोजन 5 2 are 10, यहाँ पर 2 और 1 2 and we will get 8 hydrogen. Now this is hydrogen or now balance 2 hydrogen और 8 hydrogen, we 10, 5 2 are 10. Now overall reaction is we will multiply this reaction by 4 ताकि यहाँ पर जो लेफ्ट हैंड साइड में 8 टाइम नेसेंट हाइड्रोजन आ गई तो यहाँ पर भी वो नेसेंट हाइड्रोजन इतने ही आएंगे. Now overall reaction four times zinc plus 4 2s are 8, 8 और 2 10 times HNO3, ये already cancel. 4 times zinc nitrate plus NO2 plus water, 5 times water. So this is zinc nitrate. Number C, with very dilute nitric acid. Here first ammonia is formed and this ammonia again reacts with very dilute nitric acid and forms ammonium nitrate. So the first reaction is same as in the earlier case, earlier reactions. HNO3 forms zinc nitrate plus twice decent hydrogen. Now nitric acid reacts with the decent hydrogen, it forms ammonia NH3 plus water. NH3 तो वाटर बनता है तो ऑक्सीजन यहाँ पर 3 है, मल्टीप्लाई इट बाई 3. अब हाइड्रोजन कितने बनते हैं, 3 2 are 6, 6 और 3 9, यहाँ पर 1 है, यहाँ पर 8, हाइड्रोजन 8 over 9, oxygen 3 2 are 6 और 9, nitrogen 8, nitrogen 8, oxygen 3, oxygen 3. The overall reaction is here we have 8 times nascent hydrogen, here we have 2 times, so we will multiply this reaction by 4. Now overall reaction will be nascent hydrogen or gain nascent hydrogen. This will cancel. Now overall reaction is 4 times zinc plus 8 times O2 are 8, 8 and 1, 9 times HNO3 gives 4 times zinc nitrate plus NH3 plus water. So this is overall reaction. अगर हाँ आप यहाँ भी लिख लें ओवरऑल रिएक्शन में भी all the species on the left hand side and right hand sides are balanced. For example, we will take hydrogen, 9 hydrogen, this is 3 hydrogen, 3 2 are 6 hydrogen, 6 or 3 2 9 hydrogen. Other atoms are also balanced. Now this was the reaction with the zinc, and we will take reaction with lead. Reaction with lead using concentrated nitric acid. So the first reaction is same, lead plus HNO3. We are using concentrated nitric acid. This is lead nitrate, CpBNO3 whole twice plus twice hydrogen. So twice. Now this hydrogen reacts with the nitric acid, nascent hydrogen, it forms here again nitrogen dioxide is formed. So with the concentrated nitric acid, nitrogen dioxide is formed, NO2, तो यहाँ पर एक ऑक्सीजन और 2 हाइड्रोजन प्लस वाटर. Again this reaction is balanced, PbNO3 whole twice 2 hydrogen. यहाँ पर एक नाइट्रिक एसिड हाइड्रोजन है वो मल्टीप्लाई by 2 so that the hydrogen will cancel. Now the overall reaction will be Pb lead plus 2HNO3 2HNO3 the 4 times nitric acid gives PbNO3 whole twice plus twice NO2 plus twice water. Number second, using dilute HNO3. Lead reacts with the dilute nitric acid, and instead of nitrogen dioxide with the dilute nitric acid, nitric oxide is formed, NO is formed. The first reaction is same, lead plus HNO3 forms PbNO3 whole twice plus twice hydrogen. Now this hydrogen reacts with these are the recent hydrogen liberated by the dilute nitric acid. It forms NO, nitric oxide plus water is carbon. So when we take NO, that means we have to balance this reaction. NO plus H2O, H2O. तो बैलेंस करके हम इसको लेते हैं. If we take twice NO, ये 6 times है, 6 times water, तो 2 times आगे 2 times 4 times water, nitrogen 2 times, oxygen 2 3 are 6, oxygen 6 times, and hydrogen is 4 2 are 8, यहाँ पर 2, this is 6 times. Or we can take simply 3 times 2 times. 3 times oxygen 2 and 1, 3 times hydrogen 4 times 3 and 1, 4 times hydrogen, nitrogen 1 time. This was the reaction with. अब इस reaction में आपको you have to balance the nascent hydrogens. तो nascent hydrogen पहली reaction में 2 times nascent hydrogens are liberated, and now the 3 nascent hydrogens react with the concentrated with dilute nitric acid. So in order to balance these nascent hydrogens on the right hand side and left hand side, on the product side and the right hand side, we will multiply this reaction by 3 and this by 2, so that 3 2s are 6 nascent hydrogen on the product side in the first reaction are formed, and 2 3s are 6 nascent hydrogen in the second reaction on the right hand side are also. So the overall reaction is now these nascent hydrogens will cancel. 3 times lead plus 3 2s are 6 and 2 8 times HNO3 gives 3 times PbNO3 whole twice plus 2 times NO plus 4 times water. This is the overall reaction. Now we will take the reaction with the metals which are more electropositive than hydrogen. A reaction with metals which are more electropositive, तो हमने ले लिए which are less electropositive. Then hydrogen. like copper, silver, bismuth, mercury, etc. These lie below electro below hydrogen and electrochemical सीरीज। जो हम इलेक्ट्रोकेमिकल सीरीज लेते हैं उसमें मोड पहले हम मोड इलेक्ट्रोपॉजिटिव एलिमेंट्स लिखते हैं, सो डिक्रीजिंग ऑर्डर में लिख के हाइड्रोजन आता है तो उससे नीचे ये मेटल्स आते हैं, सो दे आर लेस इलेक्ट्रोपॉजिटिव देन हाइड्रोजन। तो पहले हम इनमें से हम विल टेक रिएक्शन विद कॉपर। यूजिंग कंसंट्रेटेड HNO3, तो हम पहले कंसंट्रेटेड नाइट्रिक एसिड ले लेंगे। तो जब कॉपर कंसंट्रेटेड नाइट्रिक एसिड के साथ रिएक्ट करता है, it forms copper oxide CuO plus again nitrogen dioxide is formed and water. CuO NO2, so NO2 plus H2O will multiply it by twice, so twice NO2 twice nitrogen balance हो गई, हाइड्रोजन भी बैलेंस हो गई, ऑक्सीजन is 6 times, 2 to 4 5 and 6 times copper multiplied. Again copper 1 oxygen 4 5 6 oxygen 6 nitrogen 2. Now this copper oxide reacts with HNO3, it forms CuNO3 whole twice. CuNO3 whole twice plus water. Now the overall reaction is copper oxide यहाँ पर एक है, यहाँ पर भी एक है. Now overall reaction is copper oxide here is first formed and this copper oxide reacts with the concentrated nitric acid forms copper nitrate. So copper oxide on the product side, copper oxide on the reactant side, यहाँ पर भी एक है, यहाँ पर भी एक है, so these will cancel. So copper plus 4 times HNO3 gives CuNO3 whole twice plus twice NO2 plus water. So copper nitrate and nitrogen dioxide are formed. Number second is B, using dilute HNO3. तो dilute HNO3 के साथ जब ये react करता है तो उस वक्त हम क्या करते हैं, we will take this copper oxide, copper, and it reacts with HNO3, it forms CuO again is formed. Now instead of nitrogen dioxide and O is formed plus water. So we will balance it, CuO plus NO plus water. पहले इससे मल्टीप्लाई करते हैं, फिर ट्वाइस से करते हैं नाइट्रोजन. नाउ वी हैव 2 times NO, 1 2 और 1 3 और यहाँ पर 6 है, यहाँ पर 3 times, again 3 times, copper 3 times, oxygen 6 times, 3 5 or 6, hydrogen 2 times, nitrogen 2 times. Now this copper oxide reacts with HNO3, it again forms CuNO3 whole twice plus water. CuNO3 whole twice plus water. Now, here in the first reaction we have 3 times CuO, and here in the second reaction we have 1 time. So the overall reaction will be, we have to cancel overall reaction. तो यहाँ पर इस reaction को हम 3 से मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे, so that CuO and CO will cancel. Now 3 times copper plus 2 times and 6 times हो गए 8 times. 8 times HNO3 forms twice NO, which is nitric oxide. So with the dilute nitric acid, nitric oxide is formed and copper reacts with the concentrated nitric acid, nitrogen dioxide is formed. Plus copper nitrate CuNO3 whole twice plus 3 times, this is again we have to multiply it by 3 times, and 3 and 1 4 times water. This is the reaction with the copper. Now we will take the reaction with the silver. So silver के साथ we will not write now the half reaction, we will directly write the overall reaction with the silver, क्योंकि अब आपको समझ आ गया होगा कि कैसे दो रिएक्शन कंबाइन होकर ओवरऑल रिएक्शन भी लिख सकते हैं. सो यू विद silver A using concentrated HNO3. So silver plus concentrated HNO3 forms silver nitrate plus NO2 plus water. तो इसको बैलेंस करके हम ट्वाइस लिखते हैं. AgNO3 NO2 आ गया 6 times NO2 twice, 3 2s are 5, 2 दूनी 4, 4 नेसेंट ऑक्सीजन आ गए, 4 और 3 7, और हाइड्रोजन 1 हो गई है 8. तो यहाँ पर हमें ये आ गए 8. नाउ we will write it, we will balance it, 3 और 2 5 और 1 6. तो ऑक्सीजन 6 आ गए, 3 and 2 5. सॉरी, ये नाइट्रोजन जो है, नाइट्रोजन यहाँ पर 1 है, यहाँ पर 2 है, NO3 1 है, NO2 1 है. तो 2 और 3 2 5 1 6, 2 3 are 6, हाइड्रोजन 2 and silver 3. And B using dilute HNO3, तो silver plus HNO3. तो ये रिएक्शन आपको देखनी है. इट फॉर्म्स AgNO3 silver nitrate, and this is nitrogen dioxide plus, but here nitric oxide is formed plus water. Now we will balance this silver with the nitric acid. Then we will balance it. So we will take hydrogen nitric acid, this is 4 times हम लेते हैं. तो अगर हम सिल्वर को 3 times लेते हैं, 3 और 1 4 times, 4 times हाइड्रोजन 4 times, हाइड्रोजन 2 4 times. तो ऑक्सीजन 12 times आ गई, 3 3 are 9, 10 11 and 12, and silver 3 times. तो ये अब बैलेंस्ड इक्वेशन बन गई. सो silver reacts with the concentrated nitric acid forms silver nitrate and nitrogen dioxide. Again with the dilute nitric acid it forms nitric oxide. This is nitric oxide. अगर आप देखेंगे तो ये भी बैलेंस्ड है 4 hydrogen, 2 2s are 4 hydrogen, 12 oxygen, 3 3s are 9, 9 would be 10, 10 would be 12, 3 silver, 3 silver. So these were some of the important reactions with the metals. Now next is formation of aqua regia. Nitric acid and a mixture of the nitric acid and concentrated sulfuric acid. Mixture of concentrated nitric acid and concentrated sulfuric acid, that is ICl, when they are mixed in the ratio of 1:3 by volume. Concentrated ICl plus concentrated HNO3, when they are mixed in the ratio of 3:1 by volume, we form a mixture which is called aqua regia. So in the aqua regia we have 3 parts of the concentrated ICl and 1 part of the concentrated nitric acid. The mixture is called aqua regia. So this is today's third reaction. So HNO3 concentrated plus HCl concentrated. In the ratio of 3:1, they react, they form NOCl plus NOCl plus H2O plus Cl. तो हम बैलेंस करेंगे H2O, H 3 और 1 4 times, 2 times, oxygen 2 और 1 3 times, oxygen 3 times, तो Cl आ गई 3 और ये 1 3, this is 1, this is 2 times, this is Cl. Now this Cl reacts with copper, with gold, ये जो aqua regia है, that is concentrated sulfuric acid and the concentrated sulfuric acid and concentrated nitric acid, when they are mixed in the ratio of 3:1, they form aqua regia, that is called which then even dissolve the noble metals like gold and platinum. With gold, जब हम गोल्ड के साथ रिएक्शन देते हैं तो गोल्ड reacts with aqua, this is nitrosyl chloride, and this is nascent chlorine. तो पहले क्या होता है, ये कंसंट्रेटेड सल्फ्यूरिक एसिड और कंसंट्रेटेड नाइट्रिक एसिड रिएक्ट होके नाइट्रोसिल क्लोराइड, नेसेंट क्लोरीन और वाटर बनाते हैं. दिस नेसेंट क्लोरीन then reacts with the gold. If we will take with the gold, it forms AuCl3. This aqua regia, during the aqua regia, in the aqua regia, when we combine the two in the ratio of 3:1, they form the mixture. In the mixture we have nascent chlorine, and then if we add this to the gold reacts with the nascent chlorine, it forms AuCl3, that is uric chloride, or it is also called gold chloride. तो गोल्ड को टेस्ट करने के लिए एक्वा रिजिया के साथ रिएक्ट किया जाता है. तो दिस इज हाउ दिस एक्वा रिजिया अटैक्स द गोल्ड. एंड अगर हम प्लेटिनम ले लीजिए, बिकॉज बोथ गोल्ड एंड द प्लेटिनम दे आर कॉल्ड द नोबल मेटल्स, दे आर नॉट इफेक्टेड बाय द concentrated nitric acid but are attacked by the aqua regia when we take the mixture of the concentrated nitric acid and sulfuric acid in the ratio of 1:3. So platinum reacts with the Cl it forms PtCl4। तो ये बैलेंस करके इसको 3 लिखते हैं। तो ओवरऑल रिएक्शन लिख के आपको ये यहाँ पर ये इसके साथ मिला के वी हैव टू मल्टीप्लाई इट बाई 3 एंड दिस बाई 2 एंड राइट द ओवरऑल रिएक्शन। और अगर हम ऐसे ही नेसेंट क्लोरीन ले लेंगे बोर्ड के साथ राइट करके यूरिक क्लोराइड, and when we take this aqua regia and allow it to react with the platinum reacts with the chlorine, nascent chlorine, it forms PtCl4, that is platinic chloride। So this is how in the form of aqua regia this nitric acid attacks the noble metals। Now a reaction with the metals, reaction of the nitric acid with the organic compounds। So reaction with the action of organic compounds। तो नाइट्रिक एसिड जो है it oxidizes sawdust, turpentine, oil, sugar, and sawdust and turpentine oil on sawdust when it is treated with when the concentrated or the hot nitric acid is poured on the sawdust and the turpentine oil, these even catch fire, and sugar is oxidized to oxalic acid। These two when nitric acid is poured on the sawdust and is allowed to pour on this sawdust and turpentine oil, they catch fire, and with sugar this C12H22O11, when this HNO3 reacts with it, it forms oxalic acid। 6 times plus water। So 6 times oxalic acid plus water, when actually this nitric acid में nascent oxygen निकल के इसके साथ react करते हैं। It is nascent oxygen we can attack with the sugar। So जब हम इसको balance करेंगे we will write this reaction, the oxidation reaction, the oxygen reacts with the sugar, it forms C6 हो गई। तो ये बैलेंस्ड हो गई, C हाइड्रोजन कार्बन 12, C6 2 6 और 12, तो ऑक्सीजन 4 6 4 24 25, हाइड्रोजन 22, हाइड्रोजन 2 6 2 और 10, और 5 टाइम्स दे लेंगे, 2 6 12 12 और 10 22, हाइड्रोजन 22। Now we have oxygen 24 or 5 29, 11, this is 18 times nascent oxygen, so it forms oxalic acid। तो with benzene अगर हम ले लेंगे नंबर 2, अगर हम बेंजीन ले लेंगे तो nitric acid, benzene gets nitrated by the action of the nitric acid when this nitric acid is taken in presence of the sulfuric acid। So the concentrated HNO3 and concentrated H2SO4. This is called nitrating mixture. So benzene C6H12, C6H6, this is benzene plus HNO3 concentrated in presence of H2SO4 concentrated, it forms C6H5 NO2 plus H2O. C6H5 यहाँ से एक हाइड्रोजन निकलता है, NO2 तो यहाँ से एक ऑक्सीजन, हाइड्रोजन and hydrogen form the water. This mixture is called nitrating mixture. So when the concentrated nitric acid is added to the benzene in presence of the concentrated sulfuric acid, this is called nitrobenzene. Again, with the toluene forms, with toluene it forms trinitrotoluene. So we write toluene CH3, it reacts with the concentrated HNO3 in presence of H2SO4 concentrated, it forms trinitrotoluene, NO2, NO2, NO2. तो थ्राइस हम ले लेंगे, थ्राइस NO2, NO2 एंड NO2. तो यहाँ पर 3 हाइड्रोजन निकलते हैं और यहाँ पर 3 नाइट्रोजन निकलते हैं प्लस H2O. तो 3 times water. तो नाइट्रोजन ऑक्सीजन 3 3s are 9, 2 4 6 और 3 times हो गई 9 ऑक्सीजन का. हाइड्रोजन भी बैलेंस हो गई. यहाँ से जहाँ पर ये NO2 वहाँ से हाइड्रोजन निकलता है, यहाँ से भी एक हाइड्रोजन निकलता है क्योंकि NO2 ऐड होता है. तो यहाँ पर भी एक हाइड्रोजन निकल के NO2 ऐड होता है. तो 3 हाइड्रोजन और 3 times hydrogen, 3 और 3 6. This is 6 times. This is trinitrotoluene. So it reacts with it and forms trinitrotoluene. So these were some of the important reactions of the concentrated nitric